Hello, my name is Randall Adcock. I'm the host of Finding Your Way, weekly event online here by Wayfinders Business Cooperative. Today we're speaking with Samuel Ng, who is a specialist in search engine optimization for small businesses. Just to set the stage, probably fewer than half the small businesses in Canada who have a website are actually updating it actively or optimizing it. And so they're not getting the full advantage of having their website. They could be attracting a lot more traffic. And so we have a number of ways in which a specialist like Samuel can help you improve the traffic flow to your website and thereby improve your sales. So, Sam, if you would put up your introduction,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more about yourself and
hmm
what it is that you can do for small businesses.
Okay. Thank you, Randall. And hello, my name is Samuel Ng, and I'm running a SEO agency that is specialized on local SEO for local businesses, especially in Edmonton. A little bit about my background. Actually, I practiced clinical psychologist before, and for more than 20 years. And but I transitioned into the digital marketing space a few years ago, and I developed a web application for mental health practitioner to track the outcome of psychotherapy. And along the way, I discovered that SEO is one of the main thing for digital marketing. If you want to gain online visibility and grow your business, okay? So so gradually transition myself into the SEO space. And what I found the similarity between practicing psychology and SEO is that you have to do a lot of background work, especially about research. In psychology, we have to research about like psychopathology, but in SEO, you have to research into your competitors as well as the market trend. Okay, and that's the similarity. And another similarity is that in psychology, we have to understand the behind behaviors. In SEO, the same. You have to understand the intent of the searching behavior. So that's kind of interest that really drives me into this SEO space. Okay. So today I will share some information and some knowledge about SEO, especially local SEO. That is essential, I think, for local businesses. Okay, and hopefully I can share something that you can help, that you can use to benefit your business. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Randall. Uh, okay, just let me pull up my notes. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully I can bring some information about local SEO, especially for local business owner. I will talk a little. I will also cover a little bit about how AI changes about local SEO and how we can adapt to that. So I think this visual slide just capture what changed in the past. Okay, so in the past, people when they search for services or product, they use the phone book, they use the directory, the physical one. They have to flip through that and they have to browse through that alphabetically. And also when you pick up a phone book, you don't expect to find and call that number directly immediately. Okay, but I think right now we just use the your smartphone. Just pick up your smartphone and type something into the search bar. And the keyword that people usually use is the service near me. Like when you're looking for a plumber, just type plumber near me. And then also you got a very what we call very high intent to do or buy the thing at that particular moment. Okay, so the change is we use the different tool for local search, and also we got much higher intent to act when we do the searching. Okay, so SEO basically is the strategy to capture this intent at the exact moment a customer need to service. So SEO, the acronym, stands for Search Engine Optimization. And the purpose of SEO is to help your business appear higher in organic search result. And the goal is to drive quality and unpaid traffic. Okay, I think that's the distinct different from advertising. In SEO, you don't have to pay. Okay, you don't have to pay for Google or to pay to Meta or Facebook. Okay, this is unpaid. And the key part of SEO is keywords, meaning that the search term people type into the search bar to find something, and the content meaning that the website, the provider, the business, what they post on the website to let people find the answer. Okay. And also in SEO, we talk about some technical aspect like your whether your website loading fast, whether your website on the mobile device is responsive. Also, backlink in SEO is another very key issue, very key important factor. Okay, so these different things add up to the ranking. High, you're being ranked by search engine in the search result. Okay, so better ranking, more visibility, more lead, and ultimately more sales. Okay, but bear in mind that one key difference between SEO and advertising is that SEO is a long-term investment in trust and brand authority. Okay. This is not something that you can, oh, I do it right now and I drop it and forget it for a year. And it doesn't work. Okay. So for the local business, I think we usually use strategy called local SEO. So the difference between SEO in general and local SEO is about the audience, the goal, and what is it best for. Okay. For SEO in general, the audience is more like a global national scale. Okay. There is no geographical boundary. Okay. But for local SEO, we particularly target the audience in a community in a specific geographical location. Okay. And the goal for SEO in general is to draw traffic to your website, to generate clicks in the website. Okay. But for local SEO, instead of or in addition to generate traffic to your website, to generate clicks in that website, we also aim at the map app that I will explain a little bit later in the presentation. We want to show your business in the map app, the Google Map app, and also we want to generate some direct calls from the map app or the search result. Okay. SEO in general is best for e-commerce, blog or SaaS. E-commerce, for example, Lululemon. You can buy anything from Lululemon if you get into the website. Okay. But for local SEO, that is best for local businesses, those brick and mortar businesses. They have a physical address, or they may not have a physical address, but they do serve a particular community, they serve a particular geographic location. So some basic terminology we use in a local SEO is about the search page. Okay, so this is quite a common standard layout of a Google search result. Okay, I will focus my presentation more on Google because Google still dominate the Google's the local search. 90% of search is done on Google. That's why we've heavily focused on how Google works in the local SEO space. Okay, so this is the layout that typically we got from typing something in the Google search bar. The first page. Okay, on top of first page, you got the sponsor result. Okay, that means the ad. You pay for that spot. Okay, and this is a prime spot that people want to look at, people want to have. Okay, the next part of the search result is what we call the map pack, the Google Map Pack or local pack. Okay, here Google show some Google Business Profile listing here. Okay, so this is where the Google Business Profile fits the information into this part, and this is one of the gold mine here. Okay, and the next part is the organic blue link. Okay, those are the address of the web address website that Google find for you. Okay, so this is what a first page of the Google search result look like, and this is ultimately the goal of SEO to rank on this page, the first page. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, Google Business Profile, you can imagine that nowadays this is your digital storefront. Okay, the this is a free listing provided by Google, and I would say this is the primary identity of your business on Google or online. Okay, remember this is totally free. Anyone with a business can verify your Google Business Profile. Okay, the strategic value provided Google Business Profile is once you set up your Google Business Profile, you get a chance to be ranked on the map path that I just showed you on the first page. But of course, you have to do a lot of optimization to improve your ranking. Okay. But if you don't have a Google Business Profile, you got no chance. You got no chance to be listed in the map pack. Okay. And also, once you got your Google Business Profile, and even though if you are not listed in the map app, but still there is some functionality there. Like there is a core functionality. People, if they find your Google Business Profile, they can just click call, and then especially they are on the smartphone, they just click call, and then they can directly reach you through the phone. Okay. Also, they can request the direction, how to drive you to your physical location if you have one. And also, another benefit is that Google Business Profile provide another avenue for you. If your website does not have a very good visibility, but if your Google Business Profile really make it right, you guys still got a very high chance to be ranked higher than your website. Okay. The key elements in the Google Business Profile is, of course, your address, your opening hour, and your phone number, and the website if you have one, and also your photos and some reviews. Okay. This is really important because we want, like I mentioned, that the ultimate goal of local SEO is to rank in the first page of the search result. The reason being very, very straightforward because according to all statistics available, 90% of all clicks go to the first page result. And okay. And most people never scroll past the first page. Okay. I may be the exceptional one because I often scroll past first page. But I think the statistic tell us that most people actually never scroll past first page. So make sure that we appear on the first page is a winning formula. Okay. It increases your credibility when you are appearing on the first page. More traffic, more volume because you're ranking there. And like I mentioned, that higher position, more lead, and more calls, and it means that the better opportunity for you to grow your business. Okay, and this is what this is how Google rank different Google business profile in the map pack. Okay, three major factors. First of all, relevance. Okay, does the listing or does the Google business profile match the search term? Like when the people searching for a plumber, if you really in the plumbing business, do you actually state that your primary category of service is plumbing? Okay, in other words, if you say, "Oh, I'm I provide plumbing service, but in my Google Business profile, I just list my service as home service. That's a huge disadvantage. Okay, so you have to match. Okay, that is relevance. Okay, the second one is proximity. Okay, it means that how close you are, how close your business is to the searcher location. Okay, for example, when I'm in like Southside in Edmonton, typing in the search bar, searching for cafe. Okay, Google will list those cafe near my location instead of listing those cafe in the north side or the west side. Okay, that's a factor of proximity. Okay, the third one is prominence. Okay, how trusted or how well known is your business? That actually based on the number of reviews, the quality of the reviews, and also the backlinks to your website and the citation of your listing of your business in other directory. So it gives Google the signal that whether you are a trustworthy business, and that is within the factor of prominence. Okay. So these are the three major factors for Google to consider whether they want to rank you into the map pack. Okay. Now imagine a scenario to plumber A versus plumber B. Plumber A appearing in the map pack, that's definitely a winner, and plumber B appearing on page 5. Okay, so the winner, what they do, they usually have high relevance, like they specify clearly in the Google Business Profile what kind of service they are providing, like emergency repair, drain cleaning. But those on the page 5 may say that, oh my, I'm just providing home service, or maybe they selected wrong or incorrect category that doesn't reflect what they're doing. Okay. And secondly, the distance, like I mentioned that if someone in a particular location searching for a plumber, Google definitely will show you those around you. Okay. Plumber A may be in the location of the searcher, but plumber B is not in the location of the searcher. Okay. Prominence. Okay. When the plumber A, maybe he is got like a 50 plus reviews. Okay. Active posting in the Google Business Profile. But for plumber B, okay, very little review or very old review. Okay. Also, they don't have a complete profile and they don't upload any photos into the Google Business Profile. So add up these different factors, winner, the plumber A, got more relevant, closer to the searcher, and got more prominent position in the ranking. And that's why plumber A captured the least and plumber B may be invisible, even though both of them have the Google Business Profile. So these are the major items that you have to optimize in the Google Business Profile to make sure that you get a good ranking. Okay, this is in the order of importance. Okay, the first one, business name, your category of service, and the description of your service. Review, star rating, this is the next one. And then the NAP consistency. NAP, that's acronym for name, address, and phone of your business. Okay. And then the other one is the business hours, surface area. If you provide service not in a physical location, but you go out to provide service, that is called surface business. Okay. Whether you provide photos or video in the Google Business Profile. The next factor is post, update, and the last one is the question and answer. So these are the items that you have to optimize to make sure that you get good ranking. Okay. In this order, top one being the business name, category, description, review, rating, and app consistency. Then I will go through these top 3 factors one by one. Okay. This is the core identity of the business name, category, and description. Okay. And these 3 give the strongest signal to Google about how relevant your business to the searcher. Okay. Now, make sure that in the Google Business Profile, you use the business name exactly as the same that in the real world. Okay. If you like ABC Plumbing, Okay. If you register that name, ABC Plumbing, in the registry, okay, use that name in the Google Business Profile. Okay. Make sure you use the same name in Facebook, in TikTok, or whatever online media, because consistency means a lot to Google. Okay. They must be the true real name you use in the real world. Okay. And another thing is that if you are in a particular category, like I mentioned, the example plumbing, okay, this is a keyword for people they search for this particular service. If your business name has these keywords in it, it is a big advantage. Okay. So if you're in a business or you're going to sell our business in a particular service, please consider to put the keyword into your registered business name. It is a big advantage if you want to rank in Google. Okay. The second one is the category. Like what I mentioned before, that if you are a plumber, make sure that you select plumber in the category, in the Google Business Profile category section. Okay, don't just list that as a home service. Don't think that, oh, maybe I just want to widen my not my customer. No, I'm providing some home service as well, so I just want to make sure it widen the scope. It doesn't work. Okay, because relevance is the one of the most important factor. If you focus on plumbing, make sure that you select plumbing as the primary category. Okay. The third one is the description of your service. This is also a very important factor for your core identity in the Google Business Profile. The second most important ranking factor for Google Business Profile is trust. Okay. And that trust is built from or on the foundation of the reviews that you get from your customers. Okay. In terms of reviews, there are several aspects of the review: quality, quantity, recency, and also how you manage your review. Okay. Now, I would say that quality matters more than quantity. Okay. Imagine that you got like just 10 5-star rating versus like 50 4-star rating. I would say that 10 5-star rating matters more than 50 4-star rating. The 5-star rating gives it more stronger um, um, weight to Google when they want to see whether you're trustworthy. Okay, quality over quantity. Okay, and also aim at an average rating of 4.7, 4.7 star. Okay, according to a lot of research, this is kind of sweet spot. Okay, people select business if they got rating at least 4.7. Okay, and also the way you manage your review, because sometimes you see some good review and sometimes you see some bad review. Okay, no matter what, respond to them, respond to them. Okay, even though you got negative review, respond to them, because this is a signal of engagement that Google would take into consideration. If you don't engage with your customer, you don't respond to them, Google will see that, oh, this is not very not a very engaging business. They do not care about the customer, and that's why Google may not want to show you because of this factor. Okay. Now, consistency, like I mentioned before, this is also a very important ranking factor. Make sure that the name of the business, the address of the business, the phone of the business listed in the Google Business Profile is the same as all other places on the social media online platform. On your website, on other directory listing, make sure that they are all consistent, using the same name, same address, same phone number. Okay, and it hurts the ranking. So bear in mind about this factor. Okay, so Google Business Profile is one of the big thing of local SEO, but your website, your business website, is another major component for your local SEO. Okay, because it's kind of like the proofs to Google that your Google Business Profile is legitimate. Okay. Once you set up your Google Business Profile, you provide your company address to Google. They crawl your company website to verify the information. Like what I mentioned, does it match the information about the name, address, and phone in your on the website? And they will also look into your website, see whether you provide any location information. Okay, like if you are providing plumbing business in Edmonton, okay, you claim that in your Google Business Profile. Whether it's true, they go to your website, they crawl your website to find similar information. If they find that, oh, actually you're providing plumbing service to Calgary, then Google may just a little bit confused. Oh, that may not be a very consistent, may not be a very reliable service provider. They will hesitate to rank you on the first page of the search result. Okay. The next thing is that that's the technical health of your website. Whether your website is loading fast, whether this is mobile friendly, it impacts the ranking. Okay. Google actually think of Google like a customer service. Okay, they want to provide the best customer service to the user, to the searcher. Okay, so whatever they will show to the searcher, to the user, they want to show the best thing to the user. They want to show the most reliable service provider. They want to show the most responsive website to the searcher. So this is all the consideration that Google take into when they look into the website. Make sure that full information, location information included, and also this is a um, technically healthy website. So these are some very common local SEO mistakes. Okay, incomplete Google Business Profile, missing category, don't have any photos, and business information just not very clear, and inconsistent name, address, and phone number. You provide a phone number on a business Google Business Profile that is different from the website. That's inconsistent, right? And also outdated review, few review. You don't have any recent review, and the review is low, like just 3 point something star rating. And also you ignore the customer review, like I mentioned, that you don't respond to them, or you selectively just respond to the positive review. That's no. Okay. Wrong or broad category, like I mentioned that you're on the plumbing service, don't put the major category as a home service. Okay. And you don't have any local keywords. When you serve a particular area, particular city, make sure that you have that city name on the Google Business Profile as well as on your website. Okay. Another big one is the duplicate listing. In some cases, Google may suspend some profile because of some problem in the verification process. Then a business owner may think, oh, the old one is suspended. Oh, why don't I just set up another Google Business Profile? Sometimes it works, but the thing is that once you have a new Google Business Profile set up and you have a suspended one, it causes a lot of confusion to Google whether you are trustworthy or why this business got two duplicate listing. So whenever Google hesitate, you don't get any ranking. Okay, so duplicate listing is one of the big problem. Okay. Also, neglecting regular update. You don't have an active profile. You don't provide any update in opening hour, like in the Christmas or in the holiday, or you don't post any update event on the Google Business Profile. That's signal to Google that this business may not be very active in operation. Okay, and also the web connection, like what I mentioned, that you don't have very good SEO on the website. You the website is slow, very slow, and that's why Google do not want to crawl the information there. So these are very common local SEO mistake that people make. So I think in this age of AI, we will have to mention a little bit about AI. And actually, AI does changes how local SEO work. Okay, now AI now appears inside search like Google AI overview. So user often get an answer without clicking to a website. The result is that it's real, reducing some organic traffic to website. Okay, but traditional SEO foundation, the fundamental or traditional SEO still work. Okay, because AI still looks for clear and reliable and well-structured information as the basics for its responses. Okay, so it goes beyond traditional search by understanding context and forming a richer concept of a brand or an entity that can answer the query meaningfully. Okay, so like traditional SEO, AI rewards content that clearly answers specific question and demonstrate expertise in that area. So in any way, search is spreading across many surfaces than before. Classic Google result, AI overview chatbots, and other AI search tools. So brands must be visible in multiple search experiences nowadays. Okay, so local business marketer, the job actually shift from only ranking pages to structuring content, data, and brand signals so both humans and AI system can understand them and trust them. So these the local SEO tasks that still matter a lot in the age of AI. Okay, so you still have to got very accurate information in your Google Business profile, name, category, description, opening hour, surface, 100% match what you're doing, and a complete profile. I got good feedback and review from a customer, the reputation and consistency, like what I mentioned, and optimize your website with local intent, surface page in your website that clearly signal to Google that you serve a particular area, and still you have to build authority. Like you have to be present on some reputable local directory or community organization site, and also make sure that you update your profile regularly. No matter this is your Google Business profile or website, just make your content fresh anytime. But you have to do a little bit more in the age of AI, in addition to the traditional SEO task. Okay, you have to structure your web page better, like use clear heading and use like more the format like a FAQ format, because this provide a very clear signal to the AI uh, that this information is helpful to them, for them to grab those information to synthesize the summary for you. Okay, the Q&A approach. Okay, answer specific local query directly. Okay, in the old day, SEO, we just focus on keyword, meaning that if you got that particular keyword, plumbing, if you show that keyword in your website all over, okay, you get higher chance to be ranked. Okay, but in the age of AI, this is called keyword stuffing. It doesn't mean anything because AI actually they can understand the language. Okay, so you have to structure your content in a meaningful way to answer the question, not just stuff the keyword into the website. Okay, and technically, you have to use a little bit more what we call a schema markup in the backend, so to make sure that AI understand, oh, this information follow a particular structure. Okay, you have better structure, and AI can grab the information more easily, and you get high chance to be ranked by AI search. Okay, entity consistency. So what meaning that you have to build your brand across the internet, across different social platform. Okay, because AI understand that they form a concept about a brand. Okay, they search information about a brand from different sources. So make sure that you build the entity, you build the brand entity across different social media platform. Okay. So I would provide a very simple eight-step action plan here to help you to gain more visibility that you can do actually yourself. Okay. So the first one, just claim a territory, or in a simple term, optimize your Google Business profile. Okay. Number one, make sure that you use the legal name and make sure that you use the same name as you would use in real life. Okay. And then select the primary business category that actually match what you're doing and actually match what you want to target, what customer you want to target at. Okay. Write a description that is compelling, accurate, and provide all the accurate information about your operating opening hours, including any fluctuation, any variation in holidays or other different in other different times, and details information about your services, and also provide if you're a service business, meaning that you provide service not in a physical location but out to the location of your customers, make sure that you clearly define your service location there. And the second one is to push for high quality reviews. Okay, now think about that. Set up a system to ask for review every time you get a happy customer. Okay, make it a process, make it a system that you don't have to remember that. Okay, and try to provide some prompts in the emails or text when you want to get the review from a customer, so that they can follow the prompts to answer some question, so that they can do the review much more easier rather than having them to think all over again. Oh, what should I say about this provider? Okay. Manage the conversation. That is to respond to every review, no matter that is a 5-star review or just 2-star. Okay, don't avoid to answer to any negative comment. Okay, that's another opportunity that you connect with the customer and also provide a user experience to the customer, as well as to let Google know that, oh, this service provider actually care about the customer. They respond to them, and even they will provide some suggestion about how they will improve the service in future. Okay, so whatever reviews you got, remember, respond to them. Also, very basic, like I mentioned several times here, make sure that you use the same name, same address, phone number across all online platform, social media. And also on your website, you can do a lot of things there. You can combine your city area that you serve into the what we call the H1 or the tag or the URL of the website address. That may be a little bit technical, but yeah, we got. If you need help, just let me know. I can help you after this webinar. Okay, but that's the basic that how you can make your website more local. Okay. And also, if you are listed in some directory, make sure that you got some tag in your website that people can actually tag into that directory, hit that like icon in your website and go to the directory and find the listing there. Okay, and provide some Q&A section in the website. And in that Q&A section, provide some local information like what is your service area, that kind of thing. And also refine the content of the service pages, especially to be more location specific. Also, this is very important to build a reputable network. Okay, especially for local business, local SEOs, you have to show to Google that you really belong to that community. Okay, so try to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce in your city. Try to be a member of the trade union, trade associations, and also be listed in some local directories or some trade directory in the location. And think about other opportunity that you can be connected with some local event or charity, like some kind of sponsorship or some kind of donation. And all those activities, ultimately, you want to get some backlink from those website into your own website. This is a very strong signal to Google that you belong in that communities. And structured data, what I mentioned before, this may be a little bit technical, what we call a schema. So on the website, make sure that you use schema markup to give the backend signal to Google that, oh, how the website is structured, how I can get the information there. So don't forget to do regular review, regular update, because SEO is not kind of set it and forget it thing. You have to optimize it. You have to do it continuously. Okay, repeat it in cycle, refresh the content periodically, analyze the result, and adjust your strategy. Okay, so SEO definitely not a one-time fix. Require monthly maintenance to sustain the growth. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically the main thing. But in this closing slide, I just want to sum up that using this kind of metaphor. Okay, SEO definitely is not something like how advertising works. It's like a process of growing a tree or growing a plant. Okay, you don't see any result right away. Okay, but you have to go through the process. You have to do the seeding. Okay, you have to do the watering. You have to do the pruning, and then you get the result. Okay, so in local SEO, you have to do the setup of your Google Business Profile, your web page, get it right, get a basic right, okay? But you won't see any immediate result right away after you set up the Google Business Profile, okay? You have to regularly review it, update it, upload fresh content there, and also find if you find some error in your web page or find some error in your Google Business Profile, just fix that. Okay. And the good thing about SEO is that once you set up all these things correctly, you set a good foundation, the effect of SEO actually compounds over time. Okay. This is the exact opposite of advertising because in advertising, once your budget ends, then you don't see any you don't or what maybe you see very limited continuing effect from that advertising. Okay. But in SEO, once you get the foundation right, you do the update regularly, optimize it up regularly, you see your the authority of your brand become bigger and bigger, and there's compound over time. Even though you got a very short vacation that oh I'm not very active to maintain the website or the Google Business Profile for like several weeks, it doesn't hurt a lot. Okay, you still grow because of all the foundation done over a very long time. Okay, but of course, just make it a regular activity. Just nourish it, just optimize it, and you will have the result in the long run. Yeah, so basically, that's what I want to share with you today about local SEO. So, yeah, back to you, Randall.
Well, wow. Thank you very much, Samuel. That is fantastic. What an absolutely brilliant overview of all of the ins and outs of search engine optimization for small business. There is more there than I certainly expected. But then when I reflect on it, I think, well, I should not be surprised. This is a very critical area. You've got something like 5 billion users on the web. How do you get found among all of these other people on the web? And in Alberta alone, there are over 4 million web users. So it's a very challenging task to get found. One question I have for you is like, if you do not use search engine optimization for your small business website, how likely are people to find you?
Well, I would say that, of course, getting traffic, getting leads from the website is one of the way to get customers. Okay. Of course, you still got referral, you still got your network to feed you some sales leads, feed you some referral. But the thing is that if you really want to make your business grow, to scale, I think internet is a must-have, right? You get traffic, you get people looking for services every now and then. Okay, so if you do not rank your website, if you don't optimize your website, or you don't have a Google Business Profile, this is a big disadvantage. Okay, because once your competitors they got all this right, they got ranked, they got visibility. Okay, whenever a customer is looking for a particular service, your competitors just appear on the search result, but you don't. Okay, so just you just lose that opportunity to make more new business, and you just don't have that channel to grow your business, to scale your business. So I would say that for any business, for any local business, if they really want to sustain the business in the long run, to make sure that they got continuous stream of sales lead, I would say that SEO for the website and also the Google Business Profile is a must.
Okay. Now, in chat, I've got a question here that says, explain what is a backlink, why they're important, and how you get backlinks.
Okay, so the backlink, in a simpler term, is that any link from other website to your own website. That is backlink because linking back to your own website. Okay, so why it matters? Because Google tried to like assess or evaluate the credibility of your website. Okay, one way Google tried to evaluate the credibility is that how many people, how many other websites are talking about you. Okay, if you just sitting alone without anyone mentioning about you, Google will think that, oh, that's not very no, that's not very credible information. No one talked about this website. No one want to refer to this website. Okay, but if you got backlink from like more trustworthy website, um, especially if they're in the same vertical as you are. Okay, if they mention that, oh, this website provides some useful information, you get more backlink from those trustworthy websites, and Google will think that, oh, a lot of different websites in this vertical, in this space, talking about this brand, this particular service provider. Oh, I guess this is a credible business because of every other body just talk about them. Okay, so that's basically why backlink matters a lot. Okay,
Okay, so Wayfinders has links to the websites of its members. So
yeah.
those would be backlinks that help promote the members' websites.
Right, definitely, definitely. That's why I think that Wayfinder is a big leverage for local business here in Edmonton. Okay,
Oh, does that do they have to be displayed in any particular way in the website?
they can display that, like I mentioned, that they can like put the icon or put the logo or Wayfinder onto the website, and then just embed the link on that logo and that link to Wayfinder. But the thing is that even though you don't have that link on your own website, linking back to Wayfinder, as long as Wayfinder lists your business in the directory, the membership directory, okay, this is one of the valuable link that show to Google that, oh, this is a truly credible local business in Edmonton because it is referred by Wayfinder, another trustworthy local organization.
Okay, now another question has every business is different, needs to be clearly and distinctly branded. You've pointed that out. But there's, and that's why we need specialists like you that we can go to give us the ins and outs. But with your background in the mental health industry, a question came up recently, and we've got it in chat here. How can you help people who are seeking mental health services who may not be familiar with these services and are reluctant to expose their vulnerability. So if people are searching for a mental health service, how do you help the services get connected with those people?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question because I think ranking mental health services needs a little bit more care about the searcher. Okay,
Right,
because in the commercial world, we often talk about like I'm getting the business, getting the sales, getting the money. Okay, but for people in need, they when they are searching for mental health services, they're kind of in a very vulnerable stage. Okay, so I think for business for service provider for the mental health service provider, the practitioner, they have to be very careful about how they do and how they approach SEO. Okay. On one hand, they have to use a little bit more empathetic keywords instead of like using some fear mongering keywords like do it now, treat it now, or otherwise you get something bad in outcome. Don't ever use that kind of keyword. That is hurting. Okay. Instead, promote some kind of hope and just 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 give some use some more positive keyword. That's one thing. Another thing is that a mental health service provider most likely they belong to some kind of professional body like the Canadian Psychological Association. There are some guidelines about the code of ethics. Okay, they have to follow them. They have to follow them to make sure that they are doing ethical thing. They practice in an ethical way. SEO is a public communication for mental health professional. Okay, so they have to follow the code of ethics. No fear mongering thing, no urging for any kind of spending money for a particular treatment, and also they have to provide accurate information about the treatment modality they are providing. Okay,
right,
most of the time, I see that there's some kind of practitioner they may provide some information about some treatment modality, but the thing is that as an outsider, as a layman, they don't really understand which kind of treatment modality works best for you in that particular moment. So for a mental professional, I think they have to provide very, very clear information about what kind of treatment modality is available and what is best for a person at a particular stage. Okay. Don't exaggerate, but don't don't they have to strike the balance. Don't exaggerate, but don't be too broad. Okay, so that's kind of the intricacy of the SEO for a mental health professional. They have to do a harder job to reach their client.
right. As a business coach, I was frequently surprised how little attention a typical small business owner pays to how little attention they pay to their end user profile, their customer, their clients. But in this case, you really need to understand what it is that your end user is looking for, right? And so
Yeah,
you use the key words that are going to trigger them as well as the Google search engines so that there's a match can be made.
yeah, right. Yeah,
And it's
because
very nuanced.
yeah, exactly.
So it takes some, I would think you're in a particularly good situation because of your psychology background. You understand how people think and better able to help small businesses better understand their end users. It's
Yeah,
also it's all
yeah, right.
psychology.
Right. As I mentioned in the beginning of this webinar, is that we have to understand the intent behind the search. Like a psychology, you have to understand motive behind a behavior.
Right. Okay, so as we're wrapping up, can you just tell us quickly how people can get in touch with you?
Yep. So if anybody they want to have a look at their own Google Business profile, or if they want to get some advice or some information on how they can improve their own website, they can reach me through the email. Maybe I just put it in the chat.
Sure, and I'll have that posted in the video then.
Okay.
All right. And
Yeah. Okay. I just share it. Yeah. So this is my email, and also maybe I put the website here. So
yes,
people interested, they can go to my website.
right. And
Okay.
that will be in the final production of this video as well.
Okay.
But thank you very much. This has been a real eye opener for me because I might have suspected that there's a lot to it, but I had no idea there's so much to this and how important each of these points really is. Because, like it or not, we live in a webby world and there's a lot of competition out there. Like you said, people just look at the first page in the search output, and
Yeah.
we all know that. We know that. So, but think of it from the other point of view. You're on the receiving end. You want people to find you. So, thank you very much for all of this information, and I really do recommend people seek your advice for, the details of how this can work best for their individual businesses.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rango. Thank you for this opportunity to reach out, for me to reach out to other people, and really hope that I can help local business here as well as people seeking help.
Right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Rango.